Hey everyone, I just wanted to say this really quickly before we got into the video. I want to first thank everyone who has managed to read my first story, Jasmine. It's part of my Web of Lives, a Survivor Chronicle series. It is on Wattpad. I'm going to leave the link in the description box below. It's free. You can read it for free. It's about 6 chapters. And I've actually gotten so much good feedback on it. Thank you so much. I'm not a professional writer, so I tried to edit it as much as I possibly can. But I did get some really great feedback on it, and I'm glad that it was actually helping people. I was more or less afraid it was going to be triggering people, but it actually has given people a very healing effect, and that means a lot to me. So be sure to catch the story Jasmine on Wattpad. Again, I'm going to leave the link in the bio below. Please be sure to check it out. I look forward to hearing your feedback. So now to the video, guys. Mwah. Hey everybody, welcome back to Intuitive Vibes. Erica here. If you're new to the channel and you've managed to go through my content, if you like what you see and it's helpful, then please be sure to hit that subscribe button. And to all of my returning subscribers, welcome back. The Narcissist and Karma. I know that a lot of people are wondering, does a narcissist face karma? When will they face karma? And will it be even more detrimental than what has been given to me, though I did not deserve that treatment? Well, in this video, we're going to talk about the narcissist and their karma, how they face it, and of course, more or less, when they face it. Now, a lot of people are more interested in knowing this because, let's face facts, after everything you went through in dealing with the narcissist, you're just more on the edge of your seat of wanting to know, will they get what they give? Now, everyone has had their taste of being with a narcissist, whether it be in a relationship or even being in a family dynamic with one. You do everything possible to make them happy. You have given so much to the point that you became a martyr. And what you got in return was heartache, abuse, and betrayal. And you tend to wonder, what did I do to deserve any of this? What did I do to be treated this way? What did I do to be betrayed so badly? Well, you didn't really do anything. I mean, you were being yourself, and I'm sure you have had your own contributions to the dynamics that you've had with a narcissist. And though I don't side with the narcissist, let's be frank, being an enabler is also a form of toxicity because you allowed these things to happen. I'm not saying that you're at fault for it, but I'm saying that at least you learned from it. Being an enabler is what contributes to the toxic dynamic of being involved with a narcissist, whether it's a romantic relationship or a family dynamic. Being an enabler allows them to continue their abuse, whether covertly or overtly, because at the end, they were able to demonstrate certain forms of love. And that's what you held on to. You held on to the love part, the affection part, the idea that this person or these people loved you. The reality of it was that was not the case. But don't take it to heart, because at the end of the day, I was an enabler myself. I allowed certain things to happen. I allowed certain people to treat me a certain kind of way and walk all over me. Why? Because I suffered from codependency issues. But that's neither here nor there. You turned victim to survivor, and that's the main important thing that we got to stay focused on. Now, we know the whole term karma. We know that what you give, you get. What goes around comes around. Okay? And there are 2 types of karma. There's good karma and there's bad karma. What you do in this lifetime determines the type of karma you're accumulating for yourself. So if you spend your life being a good person, trying to be a good person and doing the right thing, naturally, you're going to attract that good karma. But now if you spend your time being a really horrible person, treating people like crap, and doing whatever it is that suits your own selfish needs, well, you're going to get that in return as well. But most victims, and even survivors, wonder, does a narcissist face their karma? Now, what do we have to understand about a narcissist? Even though they give this whole facade that they are confident, that they are smarter, that they are more appealing, that they can have anything that they want because they're extremely entitled. And they give the facade even after discard that they're happy, they're jovial, they're good, they're doing well, they're doing great. Here's the reality of it. A narcissist is actually facing their karma throughout their life. Now, you got to really think about it this way. Do you have to go and manipulate people to fall in love with you? Do you have to go and try to utilize certain tactics to, or even walk around with agendas because you feel self-loathing, you feel unconfident, you really internally feel despair and dismay for yourself? Do you have to do those things? If you said no, then you're fine. But a narcissist has to do all of those things, because deep down inside, even though they give that facade that they are perfect or that they are genuine or that they're humble, the reality of it is there's a whole lot of mess going on up here. Now, we got to remember that narcissists feed off of supply. So as long as they're continuously accessing supply, they are basically fueling themselves. They're fueling their ego. We all know that when it comes to a narcissist, their ego is very fragile. But what happens when the supply runs low? Or what happens when the people in their environment finally realize who they are? They end up alone. The majority of narcissists end up alone. And we're talking about narcissists who do not want to go for help. The ones who feel that I don't need help. I'm not the one with the problem. You're the one with the problem. You got to remember that with a narcissist, it's a charade. It's all an act. They have to hold up this persona because that's what keeps them leveled. But when you take away that pedestal, when you take away everything that they have been standing on, manipulation, abuse, lies, their entitlement, when you strip them of everything that they have walked with throughout their lives, that will get to them. See, people will eventually start to notice patterns about narcissists. They notice certain things about them. And these are things that they don't like. This is where people will start to steer clear of them. They won't really want to come around them. They really won't want to communicate with them. See, you being the victim turned survivor, you were able to break free from whatever abuse it was that you endured at that time. They won't. They'll continuously walk around as voids. They'll continuously go frantically trying to seek new supply, trying to find their lifelines. And when people start to notice certain things about them and they don't want anything to do with them, they end up alone with themselves. And with a narcissist, they can't really face themselves. It's like putting a mirror in a room and leaving the narcissist there by themselves. They have to face themselves. They have to face everything that they have done. They have to face every bit of abuse and pain and sorrow that they have caused on innocent victims, innocent people, people who cared about them, people who actually loved them and actually wanted to have something sustainable with them. They have to live with the fact that they're going to be alone. They're going to be alone. That's where they're going to end up. The only way out of it, honestly, and this is the last resort, is death. Because once death hits, that's it. No more narcissist. No more narcissist. No more pain. No more suffering. But a narcissist lives with their karma every single day because they're going to end up just being in relationships that are either extremely superficial, have no type of meaning whatsoever. It's pretty much unfulfilling. But you, on the other hand, you have the ability. You have the ability to be in a long-standing relationship, in a loving, caring, genuine connection with someone, because you know what you have to contribute. You know that your intentions are good. You're not entitled. You're not materialistic. You're not egotistical. You're not selfish. You're a caring person. You will do for others. You know how to contribute. You know how to put forth the dynamics that you need to put forth in a relationship. Think of everything that you were doing when you were with a narcissist. Imagine you were doing everything for the wrong person. So imagine when you have the right person in your life. Imagine the lengths that you can go to, and not only that, but the other person that you're with can go to with you. You guys got it good. I have it good. But when it comes to a narcissist, they're siphons. Anything that goes in whichever direction of a narcissist is always going to come out. They're voids. And that's how they've always been. That's how they're always going to be. All too often, we have a lot of victims and survivors that think, well, maybe if I seek revenge. Let me tell you something. If you try to seek revenge on a narcissist and not let it just happen on its own, you're only building up for yourself. Okay? I know the saying, two wrongs don't make a right. And I know that a lot of people are like, yeah, but they get away with so much. Trust and believe. If you had the opportunity to just be in the position that you are in, someone who is now confident, now assured, and now able to say, I'm just going to move on with my life. And whatever happens to them, happens to them. Understand something. What's going to happen to them is inevitable. It's going to happen. Now, it may not happen when you want it to happen. But understand, a narcissist, based on their karma, they go through narcissistic collapse. This is when the supply runs low. This is where people see them for who they really are. They no longer bear the mask. And people don't want anything to do with them. And while they're frantically trying to maintain supply, it's not going to work because everybody done already seen through their bullshit. They go through mental breakdowns. They can't handle not having the attention. They can't handle not being the center of attention, not getting the high praise, not feeling the entitlement. And then what happens? They go into hibernation. They tend to seclude themselves. They seclude themselves because now everything that they've done and everything basically came back to them and it's haunting them. They're stuck by themselves, being haunted by all of the abuse, all of the tactics, everything that they have done. Can you imagine being in that type of scenario where you're haunted by every single wrongdoing that you have done to people, where you're alone? Nobody wants to be alone. I don't care what anybody says. Nobody wants to spend the rest of their lives being alone, not having anyone to rely on, not having anyone there for them, not having anyone that they can trust, and vice versa. Now, I'm not feeling pity for the narcissist because at the end of the day, they did what they did to innocent people. And like they say, you do the crime, you pay the time. Everything that you put out in this world, and I'm talking to everybody, everything that you put out in this world, you're going to get that in return. And sometimes you're going to get it a lot worse. So a lot of us need to think about how we treat other people and think about the kind of roles that we're playing in people's lives. But when it comes to a narcissist, their karma. So guys, as a victim turned survivor, what you need to do, if you want to see the narcissist face their karma a lot sooner than later, what you need to do is just go out there and thrive. You need to go out there and be the best version of yourself. They can't handle the idea of you actually being successful, you actually being happy, genuinely happy, and you actually living your life without the ropes, without the chains, without the shackles that they once held on you, emotionally, mentally, and in some cases physically. You go out there and be the best version of yourself, trust and believe. They're going to see where along those lines that they not only screwed up, there was a glitch in their matrix, but they flipped up. They dropped the ball because now they're seeing you be even better and be even better to someone else. So everyone, hope you enjoyed the video. Just understand that a narcissist will face their karma. It just may not be at the time that you see fit, but at the end of the day, continue doing what's best for you. Continue thriving, continue to be the best version of yourself, and show them, show everyone that I did not need you. I may have wanted you, but the reality is I did not need you. This is just the way it is. I learned my lesson, and you know what? Now I know what I have to do from this point on. The narcissist is going to end up alone. And that's the one thing they fear. They fear abandonment. They fear ending up alone. So you know what? That's their karma. And as long as they continue doing what it is that they do to people, they're just racking up those points. Let them rack it up. Let them rack it all up. Because as time goes by, people will see beyond their facade. People are going to see beyond their mask. And they're not going to want anything to do with them. So while you're living a happy life, a successful life, they're old and alone. Well, everyone, that is it for now. I will be working on my next video. And of course, like I said, stick with your good karma, guys, and just let them face their karma on their own, not at your hands, but at the hands of a higher power. Everybody has karma. We all face it. Let's make sure we keep that good karma. So until next time, guys, namaste.